Hello?
Dorian.
Hi. Not much. How are you? Pretty good. Pretty good. Are you ready for some Lord of Tears? Hey, Drinking Buddha, how are you? Horror historian says that he's expecting the movie to get ripped apart.
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna rip it apart.
Well, we'll see.
Ooh,
I'm
dang.
not gonna say anything quite
Dang.
yet.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All
right.
Do you want to start us off with initial review?
Or
do you want me to go
sure.
first so that you can rip it apart yourself?
No, I'll go first. So Lord of Tears was an indie horror movie. And I would give it, I think I'm gonna give it, wait, before I give it my review,
Okay.
I want to say something first.
Oh God.
I don't think that it was a good movie, but I think that it was an entertaining movie. And with that being said, I think I'm gonna give it like a 4.5.
Dang, really? You're gonna do horror story like that? Damn.
I am. I'm sorry. That's why I gave that, I had to say that first before I gave the final score.
Okay.
Or sorry, initial score.
Okay. I am going to give it a 6.5.
Okay.
So there we go.
I think that we are on the low end and the high end of the average review. I think it got a 5.5.
It's like 5.4 on IMDb.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm the lower end. You're the higher end.
You average us out. If you give us the mean average, there
yes.
you go.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, with our initial review,
do we want to jump into the plot?
Give us a synopsis.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want me to start?
I'll do it. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. So there's this guy. His name is James. Whatever. He's like a school teacher, and he's like plagued by nightmares and of like the owl man. Jesus, if I can talk. And he tells his buddy about it, and his buddy's like, "That's weird. You're crazy. Whatever." So his mom dies. He gets left her estate, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes to like live at the mansion to do something that I don't know.
Well, yeah. So, well, an important part of that is that after his mom dies and leaves him the estate, she's like, "Hey, I'm leaving you this estate, but never go there. Don't ever go to the estate."
Yeah.
And so he's like, I'm having these weird dreams. Maybe I should go check out the estate.
Yeah, basically.
So, yeah.
So he goes and he like meets this American woman, and I don't remember, did they ever like, does she like say that she's like the caretaker or something like that?
She never says why.
Does she just like there. She just shows up? She's just there.
She's there, but she says she lives on the property. She does say that.
Okay.
She says she lives on the property, but it's never really talked. She never really says what she's doing there.
Okay. So he meets this American woman. Her name is Eve, I think, something like that. Eve or Evie or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they kind of begin this like budding relationship. And the entire time he's still plagued by these nightmares. He keeps seeing the owl man outside, reminiscent of like Halloween and Michael Myers, where he like looks out the window and there he is.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like his mental state just keeps devolving into he's just like going mad, or it seems like he's going mad. There's like he like finds like pagan folklore about the owl man and such, and the entire time Eve is just like, don't stop. She's just stop what you're doing. Huge red flag. Just saying, huge red flag. Um, and like, do we want to like give like the end, like spoiler alert if anybody wants to watch it? Do we
Yeah, I mean, I think we've spoiled most of the movies we've reviewed. So if you're planning on watching this movie, I don't know, tune back in a couple minutes, but we're
Yeah,
going to talk about the ending.
yeah. So spoiler alert, his parents were
We're
like,
crazy.
yeah, they were crazy as shit, invoking I can't remember his name, Malkoth or something like that.
Maldoc, not
Morlock,
Murloc.
Murloc, I don't know.
Anyway, a demon of sacrifice.
Yeah, and basically this guy grants wishes for a sacrifice, and so they were going. He wanted the sacrifice to be James, but they were like, nah, dog, like that's gonna be a no for me. So they like brought in this American orphan girl as like a quote unquote nanny, and then they just sacrificed her instead. And so that's Eve, and she's like a ghost.
Yeah, they sacrifice this nanny
Yeah,
because the mother is sick. So they're like, how do we keep the wife, the mother, from dying? And so their last ditch effort was like, hey, our estate is built on top of this old like pagan shrine. Let's make a
works.
sacrifice and see if it works.
Yeah,
And it did, apparently.
naturally. That's what I would. That's like the natural conclusion of things.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Um, so then he kind of like James kind of realizes what the hell is going on. He like sees Eve for like her true colors, I guess is the best way to put it. She like
Well,
goes full on demon mode, basically.
yeah, but here's the thing. All
Oh my God,
right.
she's
Well, I
clapping.
gotta say this.
She's clapping.
Gotta say this. All right.
Um,
So when you find out that when you find out that you've been interacting with a ghost and they're cool and they don't know they're a ghost, the last thing you do is tell them that they're a ghost. Like, that's the worst idea. So basically, he's like, oh man, hey, did you know that you're a ghost? You're actually dead. Like, you're here, you're haunting the place. And so that's when she, like, remembers everything. She's like, hey, actually, I'm full of vengeance and I want to kill everyone. And so,
yeah,
like, you never tell a ghost that they're dead because I feel like that will only bring trouble.
I
And it
feel
did.
I feel like rule number one that's gonna bring trouble is don't have sex with a ghost.
Well, yeah, but he didn't know that she was a ghost.
But even like after he finds out and she's like gone full on nutso on him, and her like eyes are glowing and she's like doing some crazy ass shit, he's like, don't, he's like, we can stay here together, like we can be good together. And it's like, that's a ghost. She just tried to kill you, dude. And you, I don't know. I like
I
crazy,
think
but
that
not that crazy.
I think the movie can be summed up in a couple words.
Oh my God, is this like Solo? Man finds love in a
It's
ghost.
not as good. It's not as good as that one. I didn't have enough time to prep, but so okay. First, three things. There are three things that this movie teaches us. You can't ever escape your past. It'll always come back to haunt you.
Okay.
Never have sex with a ghost, and never perform pagan sacrificial rituals.
Well, there goes my Thursday. No, I mean,
Those are pretty much the themes of the movie.
basically. And then so the Owlman's like, I don't have any issues with you. just set her free. That's the only way you can like rid this of like from happening. Um, you just gotta set her free, like put her bones to rest, kind of thing. As is tradition with ghosts. Um, so he does that. He like finds her bones, buries her, whatever. Then he goes home, and you think all is cool. And he's like telling his friend again, like what happened. He's like, dude, listen to this. Like I had sex with a ghost, and it was a wild ride. And his buddy is just like, uh huh, yeah. And then his buddy ends up killing him as like a sacrifice to the owl man, like because his dad is sick, and so
Yeah,
it's like it
so
all comes full circle, kind of thing. Like it's yeah,
yeah, the owl man, the demon, is a reoccurring theme,
yes,
and the sacrifice is also, so even when the main character thought he escaped his traumatic past, the demon will never be satisfied and must always have a sacrifice. So
right,
basically, the demon kind of like infiltrated his life. Uh,
yes,
so yeah, so pretty interesting. I think that's one of the things the movie does really well is they've kind of got these random scenes thrown in, and and you kind of along the random there are kind of these random scenes, and then there's also like the main storyline where you're kind of just, I guess this is where it comes in where I said it wasn't a great movie, but it was definitely an entertaining movie,
okay.
because at the beginning I was kind of like, well, where are they going to go with this? Like, how are they going to make a whole movie out of it? I
You
don't know.
thought
It
it was
didn't
his
really,
mom. You thought he was
didn't
having
really,
sex with his mom.
well, it didn't really like catch me in the beginning. It was kind of like, this indie horror movie. What are they going to do with it?
Mhm.
But I think that throughout the movie, they, I was kind of on the edge of my seat. Like I don't know if I really want to know what happens, but I kind of want to know what happens. Like
Mhm.
it kept me like, wondering what
Yeah,
what was actually going on.
yeah.
So I don't know. That's why I say it was entertaining. At least like I watched through the end, and it was interesting. So
Yeah, it's a very interesting movie, and I gotta say, I mean, this is gonna sound like a little snobbish, but like for being an indie horror film, it was actually really well. Like the production value was really up there. Um, from
yeah,
the look of the scenery to the music production to the characters, like it's all really
yes,
really good. Um, I
yeah,
don't mean that to be like snobby, but like it is what it is. Um,
yeah. The Speaking of the music was actually one of my favorite parts of the
yeah, the
movie.
music's super
I
good.
Yeah, and it wasn't like normal horror music. I mean, they kind of like interjected some like hymnal stuff. Like it felt like kind of ethereal and creepy.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know. I just thought the music was really well done, and it was not something that I like have heard in a lot of horror movies, because it's not like I don't know how to describe it exactly. But it was really good. Kind of ethereal, I guess, is maybe the best way.
Yeah, I agree. Um, the only thing that I really disliked, is like there's a bunch of like random shots of like what's meant to be like creepy stuff. Like there's like maggots at one point, or like
Yeah.
a maggot, or there's just like these like random shots, and it only really happens like early in the movie, and
Mhm.
it kind of like stops pretty much like a third of the way through. Probably they just kind of like stop with that stuff. But like
Yeah.
I didn't like the music and the overall like just dreariness of where they're at.
Mhm.
It made it a lot more creepy than those like little scenes that were like thrown in to try and make it seem creepy, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
No, I agree. I think that there are some parts of the movie that were really, really well done. So, like the scenes with the owl man, like those were all really well shot. They were all really creepy. But then, yeah, there are these kind of like random shots of like things that were supposed to be creepy, and it was very reminiscent to me of things from The Ring.
I said the same
So
thing. I said the same thing when I was
yeah,
watching it.
yes. So the actual like Ring video, which was a video that just had a bunch of creepy stuff in it, like that like that was done well. I feel like this was maybe trying to imitate that, and
Mhm.
it wasn't very successful. I think that it didn't really need that
Yeah,
to make
because
it
I
creepy.
mean, with The Ring, all the stuff that's shown in the video is within the video. It's like when they're watching it, you see these creepy things, and then as soon as they're done watching it or whatever, it's over with. It's
Yeah.
done. But like with this, it's like they're having dialogue, and then like a random shot of like a maggot, and then like back to
Yeah.
more dialogue, and it doesn't really work. It doesn't really mesh well together.
Yeah, I don't think it was necessary, and I think horror historian is commenting on that as well, that he didn't like the attempt at the cut-ins.
Yeah, he doesn't. I
But
know he's not a big fan of The Ring.
I love The Ring, and I think in the context of that movie, those cut-ins were good. I mean, it was a different context, and that actually was scary. It made my skin crawl. I thought it was well done. But yeah, just in this movie, it didn't really seem to fit, and it wasn't replicated very well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm not.
um,
That's like really the only thing that really stands out that I dislike. That I absolutely, I can't look past it. I think it's just bad. I think it's
so there's one other thing for me
okay.
that I think really took away from the movie.
Hmm.
So I it, this isn't the part that took away, but in general, I just was not a huge fan of the actress in the movie. I mean, not I think she did a good job. I didn't like her character.
Okay.
It She just got on my nerves the entire movie, and I think that there are two different parts that just really stood out to me as like kind of weird and unnecessary. So as the two characters, I guess, are starting to like bond
Look
or
it up.
become romantically involved, there's this like super long scene of her dancing, and like
Yes.
I get, like, I understand what they're trying to do, but it was just like so unnecessarily long. I
Yes.
was like, what is
Yes.
going on? Like, and so it was that scene, and then they replicate it at the end when she turns full demon. It's not as long as that initial scene, but they like show her dancing again, but she's a demon, and it is too lengthy in my opinion. So those two scenes, and then kind of the scene where they're swimming together, she has she like takes her forever to walk down these pool stairs because she's like trying to do it in like an alluring sort of way.
Hmm.
And I'm just sitting there and I'm like sitting there for like it's like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. She's like still walking down the stairs, and I'm like, what? Like what is
Yeah.
happening? So
Yeah.
I just thought like the interjection of those like scenes where she's trying to be like fun and quirky and sexy are like just I just felt like they were too long. I felt like they could be shorter.
Yeah. I agree. Um, she's a good actress. I think she did really well in the part. Aside from those few scenes, um, because like there's the point where he's like, oh yeah, I went like I found this like pagan ritual site or whatever down in the basement, and she's like, the basement's locked, and he's like, yeah, I found the key, and she's like, don't go down there, like don't go down there, don't ruin it, and you can kind of like, it's she like turns on a dime for being this
Yeah.
like uplifting. She's like, oh, it's so cute, blah blah blah, and then like on a dime, she's just like, don't do it, and I think that
Well,
it was really well done
yeah.
as far as her character goes.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be, I mean, you're supposed to be suspicious of her, like, right? You don't know
Right.
where she came from. She's helping him out. She doesn't seem like malicious, but there's something strange about her. And I think that that's all well done.
Mhm.
Just her character's personality in general just like grated on me. Like I don't know why. I just didn't like her that much, and so those scenes were like, I don't know. I don't know.
You know who
I
she
liked her
looks
as an
like?
actress.
You know who she looks
Huh?
like?
Who?
Uh, one of the girls from Home Alone 3, the main bad guy girl. Three.
Does she?
Yep,
She
she
looked
does.
familiar.
It's not
But
her, but she does look like her.
I'm trying to wait. Nancy Alexi. What
And
else
if
has she been in? Let's see.
you look up, oh Lord.
She's been in like some movies. I don't think I've seen her in anything else,
I
even
don't.
though
I haven't seen her in anything either. But I thought that like I looked at her and I was like, holy crap, is that the same girl? And then I looked it up and it's not.
she was in 500 Days of Summer as a
Dancer.
uh, Zoe Deschanel. Oh, I thought she was maybe one of the lookalikes. Oh, she's a dancer. Never mind. I don't know. Her face looks familiar. I feel like I've seen her in something, but looking at her filmography, I don't really see anything. But this movie was made in 2013, I think.
Yes.
Is this on? I don't think this is on her filmo- filmography. Oh no, it is Lord of Tears. Okay, yeah, 2013.
The Black Gloves is a spiritual sequel of Black Gloves.
The what?
Uh,
Is that another movie?
yes? Question mark. Looks like it. Yeah.
The Black Gloves. Oh, I see. Also has the Owl Man. Wasn't there another movie? The something about birds, pity of birds, or um,
Oh, she's in that movie too.
hmm. There's some other movie horror historian that I thought you. Oh, Unkindness of Ravens. That's what it is. So is that an actual sequel to the movie, or in the spiritual sequel is
I
Black Glove?
mean, I don't know. I looked it up on Wikipedia and it says it has the Owlman and everything in it. Same director and everything.
Hmm.
But I don't know if it's serves as a prequel. That's what it
The
says.
Unkindness of Ravens.
No, the Black Gloves
Oh, Black Gloves.
is a prequel to the 2013 debut horror film Lord of Tears. Interesting.
I think
Interesting.
I think that there were some really good concepts in the movie, and some of them were well executed, and some of them weren't. But it definitely has potential, and I think horror historian was saying that this was the producer's first movie, or
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
director's first movie.
Yeah.
And I think for like a first film, it was pretty good. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I
There's
said, there's
some hit and miss, but
there's some hit and miss, but like there's like for a first time, like it's really well made.
mhm.
Um, like I said, I only have a few like dislikes about it, but overall, like the movie is just I don't know. I feel like from the very beginning, I kind of knew what was gonna happen. I mean, they kind of make it known because they keep cutting back to the friend, and he's like got blood all over his face, and he's like screaming into the camera or whatever whatever he's doing. But
I didn't see that coming.
really,
So yeah, because I was like kind of engrossed in the main story, and they keep cutting back to his friend, and I'm like, I thought that maybe the friend was involved somehow, like with the house or the ritual, like as a child. And so I was like, well, how are they going to work him back in? I thought it was more of like a he was messed up, or he was like remembering something from their childhood.
mhm.
But no, I didn't see that coming. So I was pleasantly
Interesting.
surprised. But I kept
Interesting.
wondering, I was like, why are they, what, like, where is this leading?
Where does this?
So,
Why does this make sense?
yeah, yeah.
That's
So
fair.
it was a
That's
surprise
fair.
for me.
I don't know. I felt like I mean okay, so I say it was kind of like they kind of like make it known early, but like they don't really make it known like very well because they kind of just like briefly touch on the fact that his friend's dad is like sick or whatever, you know?
Oh, yeah, you're right. They kind of like allude to it.
Yeah, they
Like
kind of
once you,
brief. It's
mm,
like I mean when I say brief, it's like one line of dialogue or two and that's
well,
about it.
once you figure out that the ritual happened to save the main guy's mom, then like everything kind of starts coming together.
Yeah.
But up until that point, I didn't really know what the friend was doing.
I thought it was just going nuts. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I don't
But
know. I wasn't sure how they were gonna work it in, so it was interesting.
that's fine. That's fair. You know, that's fair. Like I said, like it's not like heavily alluded to, but it's like it's they briefly touch on the fact that his dad's sick and he's like he's like jealous, or I guess question mark of
Yeah,
like his mom getting the or giving the estate and stuff. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird.
yeah. There's something else I want to talk about because when I
Okay.
watched this movie, kind of the promotional images for it, because there are a lot of photos of the owl man, which again is something I think they did really well
Mhm.
because the costume for the owl man is really creepy. But looking at these photos, it kind of reminded me of
Slender
like
Man.
creepypasta. What?
Slender Man.
Oh yeah, well I was gonna say like creepypasta stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And looking at it now, and maybe horror historian has more insight into this since he seems to be more involved in like all of this director's like Kickstarters and stuff for his films. But I kind of wondered if this was inspired by a creepypasta or uh, I don't know.
Oh, I have no clue.
Because when you look up the Owl Man, there are videos that come up that
Hmm.
talk about the Owl Man and creepypasta. So I don't know if he like became like a sort of creepypasta story or if it was inspired by uh
I will
something.
say that if it is a creepypasta story, it is probably the best creepypasta movie to ever be made. Because a lot of the
Yeah.
creepypasta movies are horrible. Horrible.
Okay, horror historian says that it was inspired by I don't know if it was a specific creepypasta story or just creepypasta in general. And old, yeah, there's definitely a lot of old mythology in there
Yeah.
because they reference that very heavily in the movie
Yeah.
because he is based off of a pagan demon, I guess.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
the
I mean,
director made a bunch of those videos. Oh, so the director actually made creepypasta videos?
I will say that's like a really good way to kind of build hype and suspense for something because I
Oh
remember
yeah.
when the first Slender Man game was coming out and they like photoshopped like very well, at least for the time, but like they photoshopped Slender Man into like all these old like photos from like the 20s and 30s and like stuff to make it
Yeah.
seem like he was eternal, like he was living through all these different decades and stuff, and it really worked to kind of build hype for Slender Man. So you know if it works, it's a really good tactic. I think is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a picture up so that you guys can see the owl man if you haven't seen it already.
I think he looks goofy.
I mean, I think he looks pretty threatening.
I the only thing I dislike about his costume is the gigantic owl head. I think it looks goofy. Like, tell me
No.
that does not look goofy as hell.
I kind of like it. I don't know.
You can like it, but
It
you can still say it's goofy.
it is a little bit goofy, but I will say like when you see it in the movie, there are kind of some close-up shots where like the eyes are like kind of weird and like they've got this strange texture that's kind of gross and like I don't know, like from far away maybe it is kind of goofy, but for some of the close-up shots, I mean it is kind of disturbing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
So
disturbing, but
yeah.
I think it's goofy. I think it looks um, like a theme park uh, mascot's head on a suited dude's body with big old claws.
Maybe
Look at it. Look at it.
look
It's
at it.
you see it. You'll see it if you just look at it. I don't know.
So Drunken Buddha is based off of your life, is
There
it?
you go.
Did your
Drunken Buddha
family
is a
make a pagan sacrifice
yep.
for
He's a
your
pagan god.
movie?
Confirmed. You heard it here
Drunken
first.
Buddha is a pagan god.
Yep. Heard it here first. You heard it here first, kids.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that's neat. The everything from the marketing strategy to the kind of like real life creepypasta movie kind of stuff. Like, and if you look up images, like they've got the owl man placed into like old photos, kind of like the Slender Man thing.
Yeah, I think that's a
I don't know.
fantastic
It's cool.
marketing idea.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
I think it's really refreshing instead of just like, oh hey, here's a trailer for my new movie. You know, you can kind of like build up to the trailer, or you know, you release the trailer and then you kind of like release like, oh, here's some backstory on you know the Owl Man or
Yeah,
what have you, and it really I think adds to the suspense of the movie overall.
I agree. I agree. I think it
Horror
was.
historian, you're welcome for watching your movie. I had to basically force Biscuit to do it. She was like,
What?
I don't want to watch
No,
that stupid movie.
I didn't say that. I was interested in it. We just a long queue of movies, and so we kind of have to decide. But
She was
Tin
like,
Man was like, "Hey, horror historian's been waiting for us to review this,
I did.
and he's one of our best friends, and we got to do
I did say
we
that.
got to do this for horror historian."
We gotta do it. Yeah,
So, but I enjoyed it overall. Like I said, I thought it was a very entertaining movie. I think there were a lot of flaws, but that's not surprising knowing that this was the director's first movie.
yes.
So, I would kind of be interested in checking out some of his maybe the second movie or I don't know, horror historian. You said you were kickstarting his fourth film. So I don't know. I think they might be worth a shot
Yeah,
personally.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in watching like getting all of um the story together. That'd be cool. I think so.
Yeah. Getting a broader
Yeah,
view of like the mythology
yeah,
behind
just to kind
the
of
Owlman.
dig deeper into the mythology because I mean I've always been a huge fan of mythology in general, and you know I don't know a lot about pagan mythology or anything, but it's interesting. It's all kind of like got this like creepy feel to it, anyways. So
Mhm.
I think it'd be interesting.
Oh, one other thing that kind of going back to the creepypasta thing, the way that he speaks in the movie also reminded me a lot of like some of the creepypasta stories, which I think this was maybe one of the flaws for me
Okay.
is his actual dialogue because it was like it sounded so like lofty and like oh I'm an ancient god of death and sacrifice and but like it like almost tried a little bit too hard like to be lofty and cool and
Mhm.
it kind of like felt a little bit flat for me. I don't know how you felt about that.
I think it's I don't know though. I mean, like, isn't that what you kind of want from a god though? Is to be kind of like lofty?
But it wasn't. But it wasn't. I didn't think it was good lofty though. I think it was like whoever wrote the dialogue was like trying too hard to make it sound lofty, and like it just wasn't. I don't know. I felt like it should have been a little more subtle,
Okay,
maybe.
I could see that. That's
I don't
fair.
know.
That's fair.
That's a personal opinion,
That's fair.
but he doesn't. I mean, not that he has like that much dialogue anyway.
Yeah,
But
he really doesn't.
kind
Which
of
is sad because he's actually a really good actor.
the Owl Man.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Um, he's like a really big actor, actually.
Oh, his voice was good. Yeah, his voice is really good.
I think
It
he
was just
plays
that.
the actual Owlman too.
Oh, does he?
I think so.
Yeah, horror historian. Bring stuff to TwitchCon so we can
Yeah, dude.
see it.
Gladiator,
Maybe.
From Hell, Pirates of the
Pop
Caribbean,
in.
Valkyrie.
He did voices for those movies.
No, he was in those movies.
Oh, he was in the movies. I'm trying. Sorry, I'm trying to see who it is.
David Schofield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yes. I've
American
seen.
Werewolf in London.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he's also done voices for things too. He was in Dragon Age. And what else? Harry Potter for Connect.
Oh, good. That's a gem.
And Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Oh yeah, that's a gem.
Video
Fart.
game. That's funny. Interesting. So yeah, but he's been in a ton of stuff.
Been in a ton of stuff.
He actually played the Owlman, huh?
That's what I said. You don't listen to me though.
I was musing on that statement.
Whatever.
Yeah, so he's like a pretty big actor.
I just said that.
Oh my gosh.
You guys see this? She doesn't listen to me.
I
She's just
do.
like, no, I don't care what you have to say.
It's not that I didn't listen. I was just like, I was looking at the pictures and I was like, oh, I recognize him. I recognize him. Like, it's one thing to listen. I heard what you said. I heard. I was listening.
You heard, but you didn't listen. Heard, but you didn't.
Sometimes you have to see.
Sometimes you just gotta watch a Kevin Bacon movie and it'll all be good.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. It'll pretty much solve any problem you have.
Or, Mario Van Peebles solo.
Yes.
That's what you need
Some
to do.
Van Peebles.
What you need to do. That, or, Damon Wayans, because they're the same person.
No. Disagree.
Yeah, well,
We've already been through that.
it's okay. You can be wrong. That's fine.
Okay, is there anything else that we want to touch on? For now?
I got nothing else that I want to touch on. Well,
I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that stood out to me, or I don't think so.
oh, you know what? I do have something I want to touch on. Okay, so at the end of the movie, right, his friend kills him, right? James kills James.
Yes.
And then you see his friend driving away with his dad, and his dad's like better, I guess, right? That's what they make it seem like his dad's not sick anymore.
His dad survived because of the sacrifice.
Right, because of the sacrifice. And then it cuts back to the mansion, and the skull is back in the mansion. Right?
I think that's supposed to imply that because in order to for the sacrifice to be legitimate, you have to drown someone and then put their skull on.
Right, you gotta like drown them and then cut their head off or something like that.
So I think we were supposed to assume that because the dad was better and the skull was on the altar, that he completed the ritual.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is, did the friend take the skull back, or did the Owlman take it? Like the Owlman's like, yeah, I got you, fam, and he just takes it back. That's all I was curious about.
I would assume that he took it back. I mean, he has to complete the ritual. I don't know how far away this place was. I don't think it was like you know, too far away.
Could be.
Right?
They never say.
I don't think they
It's
actually
just
said
an
how far
unnamed
away this is.
countryside.
Yeah. So maybe a couple hours drive.
Or it could be like down the road. We don't know. And he just like threw the skull. He just chucked it.
He chucked it, landed in the altar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I got nothing else.
All right. Well, you want to do
Yes. I'm going to keep my 6.5. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep my 6.5.
Okay. Ben, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. That is awesome. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I'm just about to give my final review for this movie,
review.
Lord of Tears. Okay, so I initially gave it 4.5.
Yep.
Oh, what? Yeah. Thanks for the shout out, Tin Man. Okay, gave it a 4.5. This is tough.
Is it?
I don't know. Well, I don't know if I should keep it at a 4.5 or bump it up to 5. I'm trying to
It's
remember the
your
other
review.
movies that I gave a 5.
Well, I got it right here. Give me a second.
Do you have the list?
I have the list.
That would be helpful.
You ready for this?
Yes.
Silent Hill got a 5 from you.
Yeah.
Solo got a 5 from you.
Mm-hmm.
Jingle All the Way got a 5 from you.
I think I need to revisit. Well, maybe not.
Home Alone 3 got a 5.7.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I got so far.
I'll bump it up to a 4.7.
4.7?
Didn't I give something else a 4.7?
No, you gave Home Alone 3 a 5.7.
Yes. I'm bumping it up to a 5.
A 5? Oh my god, now you're killing me, man.
What?
I already locked it in. It was 4.7.
It was locked in? I wasn't done.
You said, you all heard it, she said 4.7.
Or should I keep 4.5?
Oh my god.
4.5. Done. I'm not changing
Final
my review.
answer.
Yes, final answer 4.5. That's what I'm giving it.
Alright, there we go.
Okay.
It's done. It's saved. I'm closing it out. It's done. Closing. It's done.
Can't ever be changed again. Final answer.
Yes. No, I think it's an okay movie. I wasn't blown away by it, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It had potential. It just didn't quite reach it in a lot of ways, but there were some gems, I think, in the movie. So like I said initially, not a great movie, but definitely entertaining. So I would recommend it if you are a horror movie fan. I think it had some pretty cool concepts. I mean, now if you're watching this, you know what happens, but I don't know. I'd still give it a watch. I think it's worth a watch. So.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Where did our list go of movies? Is it on?
Yeah. So now that we've reviewed this movie, we have an ongoing list of movies provided by you fine people. Mm-hmm. A lot of them, I think, were last stream and the stream before. We got a lot of recommendations. Yes. So I don't know what is in the queue for next time. Do we have one?
I think it's The Pact or Mirrors. It's Mirrors. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
I think that was a recommendation by Pizzy.
That was yes.
So I think Pizzy recommended The Pact and Mirrors.
Someone definitely recommended. I know Pizzy recommended The Pact. I know for a fact it was Pizzy that recommended The Pact. Yeah. I think it was also Pizzy that recommended Mirrors.
I think it was too.
But I'm trying to find our list, but I can't seem to find it.
Didn't you post it in the Discord?
I thought so, but I can't find it.
It's not in the review chat.
Thought I
I
did.
think you posted some of them because we
Okay.
had like the Newsies and Repo. So
Yeah,
like those are some of the ones that are farther down the queue.
yeah. We also have. So let's see. I actually remember the list. Mirrors, The Pact,
Oh, it's here.
Perfume,
It's here. Yeah. And
um,
Terror Vision.
Terror Vision is one that my
Yeah.
buddy recommended. Um, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and Eddie and the Cruisers.
Yeah.
What were the other ones? Repo, the Genetic Opera, or something like that. I think is the name of
And
it.
Newsies.
Yeah, Dr. Horrible Sing Along Blog and the Newsies.
We got a couple of musical recommendations,
Yeah,
which are not really up my alley, but I think some of these
you
could be good.
love the Newsies with Christian
I
Bale.
I would say that's a stretch. I remember loving to make fun of it.
Is it because
I
you
think that's
messaged
fair to
me?
say.
You messaged me not even a week ago that just said Papes.
Papes.
That's all it said.
Yeah, so we'll be doing that at some point. Uh, so
Horror historian
okay.
says he has a musical we would love. Is it The Greatest Showman? Because I love that movie.
I don't want to watch Doctor Horrible. We actually talked about this last time. That's really not my thing. I don't really like it that much, and I hate saying that because I feel like it's a very unpopular opinion.
Mhm.
But that's just
Have you
that's
have
just
you
how it
seen The
is.
Greatest Showman though?
No, I think we looked at that last time, right?
I mean, I've watched
Or
it.
we talked about it.
It's really
I
good.
would watch this.
I think you should watch it. Even if we don't review it, I think you would really enjoy it.
Okay.
It's really really good. I actually thought I was gonna hate it, but it's really good. Even if I do
Okay.
hate some of the music in that movie.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. It looks like I'm gonna give it a shot.
Stage Fright, or is that Fright? Dude, you know what movie is actually one would be really good? Is the remake of Fright Night.
Right.
Yeah, that would be a good
Does
one.
Stage Fright also have an owl
Oh my god.
or a historian?
Horror historian.
Is this more owls? There's more owls. The 1987 Stage Fright has an owl axe murderer.
Are you joking me? Horror
No
historian, what
owl.
is going on with you and the owls?
Well, then what is this?
Oh no,
If that's not the movie,
I've seen this
it's an
one
owl
with
with a
Meatloaf.
chainsaw.
I've seen the one with Meatloaf and Minnie Driver.
Oh, I like
I've seen
that.
that one.
The 2014 musical Stage Fright. Okay, I don't know what one of these has an owl. That
That
an owl with a
remake,
chainsaw.
Horror Historian of Fright Night, is one of the most god awful abominations I've ever seen in my life.
Fright Night remake.
Yeah, it's awful.
Fright Night.
You wanna know why? 2 words: Colin Farrell. Dude's fucking awful. He can't act for shit.
Oh, he is in it.
The only good part of the remake of Fright Night is when they're inside and they're like, oh, don't worry, he can't come inside because he has to be invited in, and he blows up the house, and he's like, I don't have to be invited in if there's no house. That's the best part of that movie.
Who else is in this movie?
Yeah, Anton Yelchin, rest in peace.
David Tennant.
Yeah, he plays shit. What's his name in that movie?
What
Fright
an
Night.
odd cast. This is such a strange cast.
Hey, the original's really good.
Yeah, but this remake cast is so strange. Yeah, Colin Farrell, David Tennant.
Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Yeah, so weird. That's funny.
Dave Franco. Lisa Loeb? Like the Lisa Loeb? Holy shit. Okay.
Like a big name movie, but like a weird pairing of cast.
I think it's really bad. I think it's a really, really bad remake.
There's a drinking game for it.
I don't know of this drinking game, but
Candyman.
I'll look it up.
I remember Candyman.
Candyman was really good. At least the first one I remember being really good. Tony Todd is fantastic.
I never saw it.
Have you guys ever seen Hatchet?
Mm-mm.
Hatchet is really good. It's like a throwback to old school slasher movies. It's actually really good. They're in talks to remake what? Candyman or fucking Fright Night?
Candyman
Again?
looks scary.
I would, if they remake Fright Night again, I will riot in the streets.
There's a remake of Candyman?
They're in talks to remake it.
Oh, it looks scary.
Candyman's pretty good.
Let's add it to the list.
Candyman?
Right. Yes.
All right.
Okay. So we've got Mirrors next.
I got this.
And then Perfume, because that's one that I want to.
Perfume. It's like the story of a serial killer or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. And then Mirrors is.
We'll do the Pact.
What was Mirrors?
Are we doing the Pact first or Mirrors?
Let's do either one. Let's do Mirrors.
Okay.
Let's do Mirrors, Perfume, and we can order the rest. But I do want to get to Perfume.
Okay.
Because I want you to watch that.
Okay.
Cool. So you have the next couple lined up. Oh, Taking of Deborah Logan is another one that Pizzy recommended, so we can add that.
Okay. Have I seen that? I might have seen that. It's like a Exorcist movie, right? I think.
Ooh,
I think it is. I think it is.
Oh, you know what? I think I did see this. I saw this because I remember like the ending or like yeah. I remember this. It was pretty creepy. I would watch it again.
You know what else was a really good movie back in the day? Wishmaster. Wes Craven's Wishmaster. That was good. That was good. We should review that at some point.
I think we have a pretty good list.
I think so too. I was just saying because we haven't reviewed a single Wes Craven film that's like a travesty.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think we should add it to the list.
Okay.
All right, cool. So I think we're good. Next time is Mirrors. That'll
be in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
23rd.
Yep. We'll stop back by for some talk of Mirror.
That's exciting. That's in 2 weeks because that means it's 6 days of Tin Man that week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the 21st is my 1 year Twitch anniversary.
Oh, what are you doing for it?
I don't know yet.
Okay, well,
I don't know
whenever
yet.
you find out, we will let everyone know what you're doing.
If you have ideas on what I should do, let me know.
If your 1 year is coming up, then I feel like mine maybe is too.
Yeah, that means you gotta do stuff too.
Look at that.
You gotta do a 24-hour stream.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
That's the rules.
Why would I want to be miserable on my anniversary? So my 1 year is April 30th.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
I don't know
that's
what
a
I'm gonna
Tuesday.
do.
That's a Tuesday.
Yeah. So definitely not a 24-hour stream.
You can cosplay as me for your 24 hours for your 1 year stream.
You can cosplay as me.
No.
Cosplay duo stream.
All right.
Coffee and energy drinks and pizza.
And Coke.
I don't know. I think even with that, I don't know if I would make it, to be honest. But I will plan something for my 1 year anniversary. Stay tuned for whatever Tin Man has planned. There'll be a lot of stuff happening in a couple weeks. So
yep.
Alrighty. Well, you got anything else, Tin Man?
No, I just want to say thank you to everybody that came out and showed support. It means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to Biscuit as well. You know, these are always fun. I really enjoy our movie reviews. They're a nice break from the monotony of just playing a game, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but yeah, I mean, keep these suggestions for movies that you guys want to see reviewed rolling in, because it definitely helps because we are really bad at coming up with movies.
We are.
Other than that, I got nothing.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. And think Tin Man, you're gonna be streaming after this, right?
No, I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
I changed my
Okay.
days. I don't stream on Tuesdays no more.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess that's it, you guys.
Yep.
Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
And we'll see you next
I hope
time.
you all have a good night. Bye, Biscuit.
Bye.
Okay, we're gonna find someone to raid with our illustrious cast of people. Two-way AMA. Okay, let's find someone to raid. You know what? We don't get to do it often. Let's hit up Brandon. Let's hit up Brandon with it. GRTK. Brandon. I appreciate everybody for coming out and hanging out with me tonight for the movie review. I will be back again tomorrow with more Chrono Trigger, which is going to be fun. I can't wait for that. Until then, guys, I got nothing else. I hope you all have a great night. I hope you guys do great work tomorrow at work with whatever you're doing. And I'll talk to you later. Have a good one, guys.